This is the Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So we're going to take a look here at crude oil and natural gas, and then today we're going to take a look here at the VIX, VIX. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. We're going to look at a 1 minute and a 5 minute here right after this, but let's just take a look here at the daily and the weekly here first. Okay, so what we had, let me just big this up a little bit for you. Okay, so what we had is we had this descending here all the way on down here. You a series of lower highs and lower lows. That's never really good. And then we put it like a bottoming tail in there yesterday. Now today what we had is we have a higher high and a higher low kind of a situation, but we're really sitting right here. This is really nothing that's what you call bullish, okay? However, there's some really good scalping in here this morning. The SEO, it was a really good short on the way down. And then again, I switched right to a long, and it's a really good long trade here. I'll show you on a 1 minute and a 15-minute chart there, okay? So here's what we're looking for here on the downside. So we want to watch, basically want to watch this candle here. That's at 72.97 level. And then we have right here, we have a 72.82 level. And then what we can do is we can come all the way down here. You got 72.48, and then we have today's low here at 72.20, and then we have your big retest down here at 71.67. Okay, so that's what we really have here now. Now again, if that's all lost, then we know exactly what we do is we can go right to the left of the chart, and then we can find all these levels here. Okay, so this would be basically 71.41. You got 70.50. We have 70.13. You have 69.28. We'll come over here. You got 69.11, and then you have your big retest here at 67.71. But right now, what we're worried about is just this area here. If that is lost, yesterday's low is lost, then we can, aim for that target area right there. But right now, we just got some sideways action. Remember, there's the big brouhaha going in here and in the Middle East. And if Saudi Arabia gets involved in this and something with this oil goes here, oil could spike up here pretty good and very, very hard. Okay, so just kind of remember that here. Don't have an opinion, just trade what's in front of you. Now, here on the upside, what we're watching here is going to be watching yesterday's high. You're going to looking at 74.46, and then we have today's high at 74.56, which lines up very, very nice here at the bottom of that candle at that 74.59. See how nice that is? That went right into that resistant level. Now, again, if you can get above that, then we'll come to the bottom there, 75.18, and then we're going to come here, 75.35. But realistically, this 75.60 at 8-day, that is going to be the target. But as long as this price here is below this 8 SMA here, okay, this is going to be sideways to down. It's just that simple. Now, again, if you can get above this key 75.61 level, then what we can do, we just follow all these targets down here. See where you have 76.24. We'll have the top of this candle. You're looking at 77.29. And then we come up here to 77.69. But realistically here, there's 200 SMA here, 78.35. That's what you're looking for. And then right above it, we have 78.62. Just in case that big brouhaha pays off, you know what I'm saying, as far as the crude prices. And this could rally up here very, very hard. Okay. So another thing here is what we're looking at is we kind of like have a positive divergence. See, we have a low here and we have a low. Then we have an even lower low. And now we have a higher low here on your RSI here. So again, this might be a first tell. We got to see. This is getting to oversold conditions here. So this could rally right on here up here on any kind of a news here very, very easily. Now, what do we have here? This is still all looking here okay as long as we hold this key level here. That's at 72.48, which is basically this channel, this candle here on a closing basis for the week. Okay, if not, we just follow it all the way on down until we get to, get to the retest going here. But right now here, this is what you're looking for. And then if it rallies up, your big target is going to be that 770. That is going to be your 200-day simple moving average before we get here to your 78.35 here. So this really is not looking really all that bad. We got to see how this is all going to shake out. But remember, just be very, very patient, very, very cautious here. Just trade this range here until she's either going to break up above that 8-day or if it's going to break down here below that 71.67. Okay, let's take a look here on a 1 minute and a 5 minute chart for crude oil. Okay, here we have your 1 minute and here we have your 5 minute. Now you can see here where the trade was, okay? So when it came all the way down, okay, this is what you got. It came all the way down here when you had that green candle down to 72.20. That was the low of the day. And then we had this big retest down here, basically here at 72.22. See this? That higher low. Now, once this took off, Okay, then you get to this section right here. Okay, you had 72.24. We had that layer. This is the trade that I took. Okay. Now look how nice this was here. Now again, when you look at it on a 5-minute chart here, you can just see here we have a double bottom. When you have a 1 minute, it just shows every little detail. But on the 5 minute here, this is why you want to just put the chart one on top of the other. Never just trade off of one chart. Always have a different view, just like we had yesterday. Okay, when it goes up into those resistance zone, it might not do it on the 1 minute, but it might do it on the 5 minute. You know where to put it on and where to take it off. So when you look at this 5-minute chart, see that's where that came all the way down. Okay, to that 72.20, and then we had this retest there at that 72.22. So this is what I was watching here. Okay, this is what I was watching and looking for the regular. Now it could have went all the way down, so I never buy it right there. I always wait for that green candle, and then you get in. Then I'll take that scalp on that UCO here. Okay, all the way to this level here. That's where I took it, and then I just dumped it off right there. I did not take it all the way up here. I was just looking for this 200 simple way moving average right there. That's what I look for from a trade from there to there. Okay, so yeah, did I miss a little bit on the UCO? Yeah, big deal. Okay, no big thing. Okay. But again, see, I caught it from here all the way to that 200-day. Okay, so that's what we're looking. So when you look at the 1 minute, you don't really need to necessarily see that where it blows right past. So always have the 1 on top of the 5, and then it works really good. That way you can do multiple charts. Now the 5 minutes been working really good as far as the resistance levels of what you want to sell into. Okay, but again, never worry about I'm going to buy that bottom. Like UCO had a good spread today, 27.32 on the bottom, 28.34 on the top there. So you had roughly 1 point there. I got 70 cents today. Okay, so I got 70 cents there out of the trade, and that's good there for me. Now what I'm in is I'm in my second scalp here already. Okay, because you're holding this 50 SMA here on your 5-minute chart. So my second scalp is still going here on UCO, and you're sitting right now at 28.14. I got a looser stop. I have it at 28 flat. They're sitting on my UCO level right now. Okay, so second scalp is going. First one is done. Didn't get all the way to the top, but doesn't make no difference to me. I'm looking for that meat in the middle. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Now you can see here we're trying to get off the old schneid here, okay? Now, I've been pointing this out here. This is that positive divergence that's going on here. See this? Low, higher, low, higher, low. As this is going low, lower, low, lower, low. See that? Positive divergence, just like we had here with the negative divergence. See where you have a high, lower high, then you have a high and a higher high, okay? So this is what we're looking for. Now, UNG actually I'm still in the trade. Okay, it's sitting at you had a pretty good spread, 12.97 and 13.44. I got the trade is still going there for me for UNG, and I'm waiting to see what's going to happen when we get to this 200-day. We are there. Is it going to be able to pop up and go to the next level, or isn't it? Okay, so this is what we're looking for now. Again, yesterday we had that like a bottoming tail situation going on, and then today we made a higher low and a higher high. That's always very good and very, very positive. But what I'm looking at here is this positive divergence, and I'm looking at this MACD here, where you're in oversold condition, and I'm waiting for that green to pop up over red. That will show like what we have here. That shows the momentum. Okay, MACD is going to measure your momentum. So when that green crosses over that red, that gives you the momentum to the upside. And eventually this is going to rip here much, much higher. But right now we got a sideways action, and I'm watching this key level right here, this 2.02. Now, again, if you can get back above that, we can come up to this level here, even at 2.05, we have 2.10. But realistically, this is what I'm looking for, is this 212 level, if you can pop it right back up here, okay? So we got to get this 8-day here to turn. Once it can turn and you cross above that 8 SMA or 21 SMA, then this thing can rip much, much higher. Then we can start looking at your 100-day, we can start looking at your 200-day, and your 50 simple moving average. Now, when we look here on a weekly chart, okay, this is what we got here for the week. So you can see here it's just a series of lower highs and lower lows here on a weekly basis, okay? But what it is now we got yourself a green candle, but you are going to be running into this resistance levels here, sitting there right at 2.22. So again, if you can get there, that's pretty much going to line up with your 100-day. So that's going to be very, very tough resistance, because it will also have that 8-day right above it at 2.26 level, okay? So we got to see how this is. But once it can get above, all this level here, then you can start going to the 240 level, and then we can start retesting here. So you got to have a little bit of patience with this. I know a lot of patience, but again, this has been a really good trade scalper for me on the KOLD, like on the short side. Now, I didn't scalp any KOLD today. I didn't really see it for the simple reason is when you look at this chart, on this daily chart, you see where you have these indecision candles here, but now we have that green indecision candle, and that's always good. And then we have this higher low situation. So that tells me that as long as that holds, and then we start going above, yesterday's high at that 1.97, that tells me there might be a good buying opportunity here. Then you got to just jump in there and see how it goes. Now, again, everything is going to be this 8-day sitting at 2.02, and then to give you above, you're going to go to that 2.12. Now, again, if this is all, say this is lost and say it shakes back out again, then obviously you want to watch today's low. That's at 1.90, and then we want to watch yesterday's low at 1.88, okay? So if you just take this where this gap fill is here, this 1.9, it was holding here pretty good. If this is all lost, then we can just follow these candles all the way down until you get your gap fill. But again, right now, this looks like this might be a reversal situation going here, because if you line up this, you line up this, and if we can get above it, close above this 8 SMA here, then we can take right to that 21 SMA. Okay, let's take a look here at the VIX. Okay, here we have the VIX over a 1-year period, okay? So you can see here how you were flatlined all the way through until we get the last couple of days here. Now, one thing about the VIX, is it spikes, okay? But again, the VIX doesn't spike and hold. It usually just spikes. Now, you look at yesterday, got all the way up to 65 because the NASDAQ opened up. It was on 1,000. The Dow was down 500. Okay, and now it looks like it reversed the situation. And now look at the VIX here coming right on off. So now if this keeps right on going here, what you're looking for is the same thing as we do on every chart. You're looking for that 2169 here, that 8-day. Then we're looking here for that 1731, and then we're looking for that 14 level. Okay. Again, we got to see if it's all shaked out. Remember, the VIX isn't like a stock. You know what I'm saying? It just spikes when it sees, pretty much fear is like a fear gauge. Okay. Then it just wants to spike right on up here. And look how that nice spike here. Now, there was a person in that posted in the chat. They went with the VIX, which was an absolutely excellent trade and a great idea here. Once this spikes up to here, you know that's never going to last, and it's going to come right on down. So let's take a look at that SVIX. Okay, this has been a really, really good solid trade here, okay? Now, I'm not in it. I don't trade this. I just trade too much between the tech and the natural gas and the crude oil, and sometimes the gold, the silver. It's just a little bit too much. But again, this is a really good trade, and they had a really good post there in the chat room there, okay? So look at where you rallied from here, okay? You got as low as the 22.59, and it just rallied all the way up here to 51.59. So if you're holding this, this was been a really, really good trade. But now you can see where the last couple of days, as tech was selling off and everything with the market is getting volatile, it came right on down. But big but, okay? So now if you didn't hold this and you say, okay, hey, I'm satisfied with this price, I'm done, I'm out. And once it got below that 8-day, it did the same thing. See this? See this bear flag situation right into the 8-day. See this bear flag situation right into the 8-day. So these were your two tells that says, I got to get the hell out of this trade here, and because this is going to come right on off. But now look at yesterday's. Now, if you bought this yesterday, you could have got all the way down to 1750, and then look today, okay? Look at what you have today. This got as high as, what are we looking at here? At $23. Okay, so this is actually so far a really good trade. And as that VIX comes off, this could go and go all the way back to this gap up here, which would be 26.34, and you can take it all the way down here to your 29.79. Your gap and your fill, very, very easy, and even run it all the way back up to here to this 8 SMA. It all depends. Now, again, you're trading volatility, so you got to be really quick and really fast with something like this. But this was a very, very good trade if you come all the way down and got there yesterday, because you knew the VIX is never going to do what it does, okay? It spikes and then it retraces. It spikes and then it retraces, okay? It can do that for long periods of time. I traded through many markets here where it does, but this is also a very good trade. It's just take the opposite of when the VIX does spike, then you jump into this, and then you reverse this, and look how nice. This is just the opposite. This is the short VIX, okay? So this is a very, very good trade, and I got to commend the person that they did a really good job on this here, on taking this trade here, because you can make money. And I think is that VIX falls off, this can still run much, much higher. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after the pit close, and we will look at crude oil and natural gas. And remember, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.